Greetings. I'm Ajax.
Hi, Ajax.
Yes, I am with the feline race, connected to the Ryan collective. Yes, we are active. Gladiator race is a accurate connection to us. We also do connect with the insectoids often. We are friends with them. We have a red sun. We are a peaceful race, but we are always in action to keep our vibration up, to communicate. We were always communicating with each other through telepathy. To keep our vibration high. Is there questions you have for us?
If you wish, you can talk a little bit about your species. Maybe what your main direction you take, or just a few information that would be interesting to share.
Yes, we are like a red race of feline, where our skin, our fur, you can say, is red. There are also yellow felines that we connect with. We also connect with the canines. We are very much in relationship with, as friends with them. We connect to your world, but not often. We are more distant to it. Many of our star seeds are on your world. Many that have incarnated with us, they are technically a star seed to us. Our red sun gives us much energy, and that is why we are red. But also, just like your lions, how they are orange, they were never always orange. Some were blue, some were green. But over time, their fur changed color. But our red is not of a negative. It is just of a positive. It is of light. But it is of a purification of us. We do have technologies in the 5th and 6th densities. We are mostly a peaceful race. As I said, we are connected to the insectoids as friends. But we do monitor Earth time to time, depending. As for school, I am around, we would call 600 years old, because we are at a higher vibration in your race. But we do have felines on our world that are of the 3rd density, 4th density, that are more closer to your demeanor, as we're having to react to certain things, have more of the physical connection, the roughness. As a gladiator race, funny thing is, your Play-Doh is part of our race at one time. To bring stability to us, he was a feline at one time. To bring stability, because at one time we were very hostile to each other. We have finally, of course, we're at a higher density level. We weren't always there. But we do have parts of our planet that are of lower densities, but we still communicate well with them all. We are mostly a peaceful race now at this time, but that wasn't always the case. Our history is very similar to yours as for war. As for gladiator wars, we had them much hostility. We did not have the materialism that you do, but we did have many technologies to use against each other. But we are past that now. But at this time we are, you can say we keep to ourselves for the most part.
Okay.
We do
Well,
connect to
continue.
reptilians
Yeah.
every once in a while. We do connect to reptilians here and there, but it depends on if they're friendly. We have our connections. If not, we do not connect. And some of your novels are from members of our race. They're more humanoid novels, but your action, some of that came from our species. Thank you.
Thank you, Jax.
Yes.
Did you wish share some message for human in general?
Yes. Humanity is growing up these days. We had many issues also of growing up. We felt we didn't need to. We see the same thing in your society. I feel like this is all we need. This third density force, lower 4, lower 5, you can say, depending on where you are vibrationally, that many feel like this is all we need. We do not need to go any further. But there's so much more that is not understood by us at one time. Eventually, we had evolutions within our society where we became more connected to each other in a way where we were more harmony to each other. We were very similar to you at one time. More brutal, actually, physically, but also kindness. But we felt like we did not need to evolve until others started evolving. And then eventually we all follow that, evolving into a higher density. Their numbers increased just as they are in your world. As for spiritual endeavor, spiritual wisdom, understand we weren't fully aware of other species during our primitive times. This is the same as yours, of alien. We do have insectoids on our world, yes. And other felines that are similar to yours, that walk on 4 legs. Those are called the elders. Have much knowledge. And you are realizing that slowly here, that your animal kingdom, yes, has much knowledge for you, but in due time we see that it's not fully ready for it. But your humanity is growing up. To take it easy on each other in this transitional process. You can always take a break. Do not feel like you're not transitioning into a higher realms. Just take your time. What matters most is your vibration. If it's not high, you will not connect. So the more joy you have for you and things around you, the better. Yes, it's simple. Love one another. And be kinder to each other. Thank you.
Thanks. Are you open to answer a few questions?
Yes.
I will show you a picture. I received September 2nd around 4 p.m.
Yes.
Are you able to give me information about that? What's the message behind?
One moment.
I give you permission to make positive connection with me if you need.
Thank you. I have to connect to my alliance. One moment. Yes, there are beings you're connecting to. These are Arcturian beings. They're letting you know that there's more going on within you as for your Arcturian connections. That mask is there as a way that much is being hidden within you and others, but it will be coming out soon when you're ready. That you're being unmasked, you can say, and seeing yourself for your true self. One moment. Funny thing is that has a reptilian connection also, meaning you have a connection with the reptilian councils that aren't fully understood in this reality. It is a council of peacemakers, of reptilians, humanoid but reptilian energies, high reptilian energies, meaning they do have facial features somewhat. But they have become more humanized, and you're very much connected to this race. And that will come into your... One moment. You are more of a I want to use the word diplomat, that is not proper, but one of conversation in this council. One moment. This council, I can give you a name. One moment. The Council of Rye is what they call themselves, at least in your Earth terms.
Mm-hmm.
They are reptilian peacemakers, and you're connected to them. And they're very Arcturian with their connection. They try to bring civilization, civil order to reptilian energies. You can say that they go to reptilian worlds to, not to monitor, but to bring peace to places that are not very peaceful.
Okay.
There's more of it, that's all. Thank you.
Do the reptilian council have message?
One moment. Be strong with yourself. Remember, you can be humanoid and reptilian at the same time without being brutal to others. You can have a balance where you are peaceful. Your heart chakra is your home of peacefulness, where many reptilians more connected to the root chakra, where they ground but forget love. Some of them do. The root chakra brings in much balance, where many reptilians avoid it. They avoid balance. Where you can find balance, even in this direction, and teach others. You're also very much a teacher here, and you will see your classroom soon. Technically, it's already in works, or here, you could say.
Okay. We'll show you another picture. On September 4th, in a dream time, I saw a kind of white fox with three pupils. The little black dot in the eyes, the 3 times.
Yes.
Are you able to connect to that and give information?
Yes, you are connected to a canine race that is quiet. They're more peaceful canines, where they are of a higher density level, of the higher 4th, 5th, 6th. They are similar to shamans. They respect other species in their decision making. They are very, I would not say quiet, but they are very calm. They're very calm in their demeanor and to connecting with humans and other species. They try to work things out. And this is why this message is to you. As if there is a time in your world, which is not far, where those are having issues with each other, you can connect to their energies. This is the Hoff race. It's called Hoff. It's a canine race. It is in the Pleiades. And it can connect with you strongly. It is a society of just to bring species together, to remove violence, but also to be teachers after that violence has been removed. This is the message to you. And you have an incarnation here, of course.
Okay. I will show you the third and last one. Pictures there.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, September 7, around 1 a.m. Kind of gray with diamond in the face.
Some of them are very mischievous, but the ones you're connecting to are very positive. Some of those are very mischievous. They do connect to your Illuminati here on your planet.
Yeah.
But very rarely. But these positive ones that you're connecting to, they're going through a healing at this time. You've been in this race several lifetimes. They are in Orion. Far out in Orion. The names of them. They don't really have a name. If I have one, I'll give you one. But the diamond gray is close enough for them. As for message to you, yes, you have many incarnations with them. You brought much calm energies with them. Interesting enough, many of them are here. Those of the negative are here to cause. They're trying to interfere with education here. They show up every once in a while. They come out of nowhere, usually. And they interfere with education. But the positive ones that you are connected to, as a collective, they work on those that are, because they learn from those that are negative. They learn great deals, and they learned how to respect those type of beings because they're taking their species into a place they've never really thought of going into, such as a place of causing errors within your education system. These beings find flaws within it, and with those flaws brings much information as for a healing within those flaws. So they have their place. Of course, there's more to it than that, but within your race, you're part of mostly the council within this diamond gray as decision makers, peacemakers, yes. But also there's bringing order within the different races. As for, they learn from, even from other races, they learn from negativity because they learn of the positive of it, of this warning, the warning that comes with it. So they're always connecting with, not necessarily connecting with malevolent beings, but warning from malevolent beings. They learn to respect them. It's like if there's a malevolent being in a jail, they'll be happy to take them out of that jail because there's so much more to learn from them. That is the message.
Interesting. Thank you for this message. But
yes, in your time with them, you just learned of a neutral energy. You learned of all things matter.
Which density are there?
5 density, 5 at this time.
Okay, and the Reptilian Council, which density they are?
The ones I spoke of earlier, those are 6 density.
6. And the half canine race? You talked just before about that.
Yes, it is around 6, 7 density, somewhere in 8 density.
Oh yeah, nice. Could be F. Okay.
That canine race connects with other canines. They are similar to the Arcturians, where they will go to a canine world and bring their energies to a canine world that's not fully understanding of them yet, but they are similar. in some
Okay.
ways.
Interesting.
They have a light body, but they're just like the Arcturians. Well, yes, your place with the Arcturian councils is very important. You're more Arcturian than you realize. You do connect to many of the fish species because they have much knowledge on this world. They're the ancient ones that have been forgotten by your society. At one time, your people used to be underwater beings also. You don't have technologies to go underwater to speak to these beings. And also, your human at one time had the ability to swim underwater and breathe underwater. Those beings are no longer here. They will return. You evolved from it. Most of them were wiped out. Most of them are now in your mer people family now. But there wasn't much more of those race of beings that were, yes, not very friendly looking because they did look very aquatic, but there was many of them. You connected to many of them. And because many places in your oceans have entryways into this world. And you were there as a protector, but also it was like a school underwater, you can say, was going on. The water of this world is like the blood of this earth in many ways. There's very much to learn from the beings. There's so many different type of aquatic beings, fish beings here, and you're connected to many of them. The Arcturians wish you to know that underwater is where many of your lives are. Not necessarily the mermaid race, but mostly with a aquatic race with webbed hands, webbed feet, but lives a peaceful life of understanding. No, not what you have here on this world where it's all judgmental. Down there and under the water, it's all peaceful. It has its moments, of course, but these lifetimes, this aquatic being, whales, a species called whales. I know it sounds strange, but it's good enough to connect to your planet. You can change it if you like. Whales is the name that comes through as for. There's more to that name, but this is this aquatic beings that can swim underwater. They're similar to your mermaids, but without the fin. Less attractive than your mermaids, but depending on who you connect with. But you have many lifetimes with them, and that will bring much understanding of your lifetimes here. Also, the other message has to do with your gray lifetimes, where you're more of an engineer, and understand you are a peaceful engineer. You weren't the ones that were causing chaos. I did not see that. But your peaceful times as an engineer has brought you to this world as curiosity, to incarnate here, to learn more of this type of environment, what others are going through. In some ways, you are recording what others are going through, like a historian in some regard. I believe you are aware of this. So what you are in many ways like a galactic historian. In this time, you are observing Earth in this incarnation.
Is one of the main things
Yes.
I do here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I believe you are familiar with that. And that will come in more clearly because when you connect to new channelers and healers, however you wish to go in that direction, as much of it is in your future, is not. But your historian part of you is here now. And you are technically already in that phase at this moment. And the reptilians want to tell you that you're, yes, evening out their race, meaning you're bringing more positivity into their race, and they're much appreciated. The one I mentioned earlier. Of the humanoid reptilian, you're part of their race, and you're giving them much knowledge as for connecting to negative reptilians and positive reptilians, as it is possible to bring a civil energy here, meaning you're attracting other beings to come here and to connect. Where many were hesitant and felt Earth was a lost cause, Many do feel that. But you have given them, it's like you came in this world at a risk. Meaning you did not necessarily have to reincarnate here, but you wish to do so to learn more and to show others that it is not that bad here. Give them your point of view, and your point of view has assisted them. As for them reincarnating, it is still up in the air at this time. They are still debating, but they have connected more of this species, and they wish to connect with it more. They are considering it at this time, I see. One moment. You also have many insectoid lifetimes, and that's brought you much positivity also. As for family, your family is actually an insectoid on your Earth. It is an insectoid family. Not anymore, but it was at one time. Family roles are almost as similar. Of course, the queen is usually the one that has many babies. It's usually the way it works. But your family, you're aware of them in your insectoid lifetimes. And here you are. It seems like you're bringing closure to many of them. And they will be going on their way in the next life. At this time, you're having closure with all of them, it seems like. You're also assisting them clearing out some of their past lives. Some of them have feline lifetimes they're not aware of that is causing them much distress. Mother, father, kind of. I believe a brother also. That's more reptilian.
The older one, the youngest brother.
The older one
is more reptilian.
The younger one has reptilian, but not like the other one. The older one has most hostile reptilian lifetimes.
Okay.
He's not aware of.
Which
that makes sense.
Are you able to tell me what's the main direction they take for this life?
For them or for you?
For them.
For them, they are following their happiness. They don't know who they are truly. They are these reptilian lifetimes are conflicting in their lifetimes currently. They bring much conflict as for chakra blockages. Where they're not connecting to spirit, but they're not ready for that, but to disconnect the negativity will bring much assistance to them. That's all I have for them.
Okay. What maybe if you do the youngest brother have specific thing to cling to, because it seemed really I always said the word alone, because you don't pretty much you don't have friend, don't have nothing outside to. What kind of thing you need to clean? Or
he has many Arcturian lifetimes. He has much fear around him, but also as an Arcturian, he fulfilled his lifetimes without having a whole lot of communication with others. In this lifetime, it is something he has to deal on his own, to let go of the fear of connecting with others. He's had a lifetimes with Greys that were not very friendly. As for wars with the Greys, and a lot of hostility that caused him much emotional damage. Also with the reptilians, he had much emotional damage from them also. So him not wishing to connect to humanity makes a lot of sense. But for him to clear it out is for him to let go of the fear. Is to recognize these lifetimes that are living within him, but he finds it very difficult to do that. His belief system is not allowing it. He has lifetimes of the canines that bring him much joy, but much of it's been overshadowed by the Gray lifetimes and the reptilian, mostly Gray. It's like his soul is somewhat poisoned by the hostility from those lifetimes.
Mm-hmm. And what? Yeah.
Yes.
Continue.
Yes. He has human lifetimes, but they're not causing this blockage like the alien lifetimes.
Okay. What is? Are you able to tell me what is his perspective about me? What how he see me, or what kind of impact I have on him or something?
What I see is he doesn't fully understand you at this time. He calls you an enigma, I believe. He doesn't fully understand what you're up to. So he's skeptical of what you're into. I believe he feels like you're very honest with him, but he still feels very distant from you also. Unless that has to do with a reptilian lifetime where he was just very hostile to others. And this time he's kind of paying for it.
Okay.
So he's going through karma, yes.
Okay. Do you see he will succeed to clean it?
It depends on his belief systems, but yes, I think so. It depends on him. His belief systems allow these things to release. He can release them without knowing them. That is a possibility, but more releasing the fear will release these lifetimes.
Okay.
He doesn't have self-love like he should either. The self-love will bring more happiness to him. The self-love is where he has much of the issues. Yeah, self-love is very... If he had more self-love, he would enjoy his own company more.
Okay. Do any kind of symbol could be help him to unlock that?
A crystal symbol will help. Prayers, of course, but a crystal symbol. You're already being nice to him. It seems like video games, I believe if I'm connecting this right, does bring happiness to him, if I'm correct. There's some sort of video game. Something like that brings happiness to him.
What kind? What kind? Are you able to connect?
I'm not connected with what it is, but it is a video game of some kind that brings happiness to him. It connects him to his alien family. He's not fully aware of that, but it does. I believe it's a shooter game. I can't be 100% on that. It might not be something. It might not be something he plays at this time. It might have been sometime in the past. It does have an alien origin to it, though. It might be something primitive. I can't connect with it exactly, but it is a video game that brings him much joy. Let's put it that way. And to connect with him, it does feel like one way is through video games, but I could be wrong there also. But I see that energy with him as a way for you to communicate with him.
Okay.
You'll have to look at this on your own.
It's to play with him at the game.
Yes, that's what I see. But I could be wrong on that, but I do see that around him.
Yeah.
You might want to investigate out on your own.
I know in the past that's probably almost the only thing which doing together, but
yes. And even that will bring memories of that will bring you more closer together if you wish to be them. However you want, whatever you want to connect.
Okay.
But he has many things that he's not letting go of. He's had a lifetime of great alcoholism.
Okay.
Also.
A great alcoholic?
Yes, he was he was a human.
Okay, a great, okay.
He had great, meaning he had a lot of alcoholism. I believe he died of alcoholism.
No, he don't drink, don't smoke, nothing.
Not anymore, but he did at one time.
Okay.
He learned those lessons.
I hope.
Yes, he died, I believe, yes, of alcoholism in a lifetime. I believe during the Old West, though. It was not anytime soon.
Okay.
Yes, it was a time of, yes, he learned his lessons that name.
Yeah.
I believe his kidneys fell apart.
Okay, yeah.
It was not good. It was a young soul also, but those were the times. And he accessed it too much. Yes, the high liquor, the strong stuff that would eat right through you. That stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did not know any better. He went from that.
Okay, thanks for this answer. Can you watch if I have another kind of message somewhere? More message for me?
Is there a message you're looking for from a certain being? Or just in general? Just in general? General? Message from the Pleiadians. With the Pleiadian race, you had a very positive existence with them. Many bald Pleiadians, blue Pleiadian, but humanoid, just as you are, but bald, but blue. Not like Lakesh. That is not correct. Around 6, maybe 7 foot tall. There's also a version, it's not the tall white, but there's a white Pleiadian also, where their skin is just very white. And within this race, and the blue Pleiadian, you had many peaceful lifetimes of soul understanding, Many philosophers are part of this society to raise the vibration of themselves, soul expansion, and these are races that did not connect to the aliens. They were connecting to themselves. Like self-love worlds where they're trying to discover self-love. Not to say that's all they talked about, but that was one of their... They did have a society of somewhat similar to your Greeks, your ancient Greeks, but not... It's like a more advanced version of it. Your Greek and your Roman, but with more technology. Just more positive technology, but the architecture is very similar.
Okay.
It was, you had 2 lifetimes, probably more. But they want to... One moment. Not to say they walked around in those clothes. That they do not like. I want to make that clear. One moment. And the message to them is you're bringing their philosophies into this world, in your life, with your family, to those that you connect with.
Okay.
As for peacefulness, and you're bringing different races together, it's different species, gray, and your exploration to others. When you're searching for other species, it's just part of your galactic, your historian side that you brought with you. In those lifetimes, you're a historian also. But mostly of those races, not of other races. They were not connected to other races at that time, during your time with them. But you are bringing that knowledge of discovery into this reality. And you're bringing that here, but you're going to other species, as you did in other realities. As for message to you, they say your finances will improve. Everything will improve. A female will come into your life also next couple of months, possibly.
Okay, I'm still not see her anywhere at this moment.
It'll be some time.
At the store?
She will appear when ready. Possibly.
But I didn't see her at this moment. I don't have see her close or far of me at this moment.
I do not believe you have met this person yet.
Okay. No, it's not perfect. Maybe I just cross his role, but not necessarily know it's her.
This one seems more of a blonde energy from what I'm being told.
Okay. How old around still?
How old?
Yeah.
Seems like early 20s.
Oh, fuck. 20?
But mature for age, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, it could be have a lot of surgical change.
Yes, you won't know when it happens.
Okay.
Nothing to put too much energy into because it's so up in the air.
Yeah, to not influence the change.
Yes, just go with the flow.
Okay. I would. Receive few. Yeah, continue.
That is all I have from this moment.
Yeah, I received this few message through channeling of Ivan about dragon karma cleaning and about
Yes.
dragon and dinosaur connection.
Hmm.
And what's the message behind that?
Yeah, you're clearing much of that out.
Okay.
You're already doing it. It's on. You could say it's on automatic release. Being here in this world is pretty much a way of releasing those lifetimes.
Is another when I come in is another of the my goal to release that here or
Yes, yes, I believe it's already been reincarnating here. I believe is what released it. I believe you
okay.
did it more around your childhood. You were not aware of it, but you did release much of it. It was, yes, holding on to you pretty heavily.
Okay. And
Those were not easy lifetimes.
what kind of thing I made to need to release that here?
What was it exactly? It was dragon, and what was the other one you mentioned?
Dragon dinosaur?
Dragon dinosaur. Okay, a dragon dinosaur being. Yes. Oh, they're both connected. Yes, you've had lifetimes. Well, yes. All right. Your lifetimes with the dinosaur being that was connected to the dragon,
Okay.
where you were not friendly to other beings. Well, understand this is part of your. One moment. It was more of a humanoid dinosaur being.
Okay.
T-Rex in some regard, and they were aggressive to other beings.
Hmm.
Beings that were very primitive to them. You were almost hostile to them, but that was part of your race. That was quite normal.
Okay.
Okay, just being what you're doing, just like they deserved to be wiped out or whatever it was. I do not believe that it was a humanoid race that was very primitive. It was in a nearby world. I believe it was Enrico. But you're just doing what you thought was right. For the time it was, because they were weak. And in your dragon connections, as for it seems like this, you had a dragon connection after that, and realizing what some of the aggression was still there. But you tried to clear out the karma in that dragon connection, but it wasn't enough to clear that out. One moment. Yes, you had a dragon incarnation, hoping that that was enough to release that what happened in that other lifetime, but was not enough. So they had to incarnate here. Because of the dragon, though, you're mostly peaceful. You're trying to be of good deeds in that lifetime. And that dragon, I do not see a humanoid. You did have dragon humanoid lifetimes, yes.
Okay.
But this was not one of them. That was more of the winged ones.
Can we say whatever the life you incarnate or whatever the form you incarnate, you necessarily have you necessarily create positive and negative, and you will necessarily have to clean it another one anyway. What you're doing.
Sometimes
You
it
can
cleans. Sometimes it releases in a lifetime. That's not always the case.
you cannot escape to. I can say you cannot escape to doing some error, and necessarily you cannot escape to clean it anyway. Whatever you're doing and where you are, you necessarily create some error you need to clean after to keep the balance.
Yes. But that's not always the case. That doesn't always happen.
Okay.
Look at the Draconians on your world. They have a long ways to go for clearing all of that.
Okay.
But yes, it is not always the case when you're in an incarnation. Look at your politicians for that matter. They have great power, and they're abusing that power, most of them, daily. And they most likely will not be clearing that out. They don't have to. Some will. Your Harry Reid has been receiving much. He has been receiving much karma for what he's been doing.
Did you clean only things which are not part of your highest joy?
Yes, in a way.
So if you dig If you did
Yes.
really
Yes.
much negative, but you love that, you will be
Yeah.
okay. Nothing.
Yes. And like such in your lifetimes where you weren't as good a person as you'd like to have been, where you made some mistakes. Not to say you have to save the world, but where you feel like you could have done better. You
Okay.
clear all that out. It can
It's
be a
all,
simple conversation with someone that you feel like you're a little bit over dramatic.
it's always from. We need to think only from our point of view of the
Yes.
situation.
Oh yes, yes.
It's all the time just a choice, personal choice.
Yes, it is like it's like forgiving yourself
Yeah, okay.
and loving yourself more.
It's a result of our belief.
Many come here to. It's faster to release these things here. That's why they come here. Many
Okay.
malevolent beings come here, as you can tell. I believe you can tell that one pretty well. Your prison systems are filled with them.
Okay. I think in the message the last, I think it's the last one they add about the dragon dinosaur. I think it adds to the reptilian life. They are
The same.
are in the same pot, if you can say.
They are the same species.
Yeah, they are probably have connection together
One moment.
about
Yes, there are. Yes, there are other things I picked up on, but yes, one moment.
thinking.
Yes, you are correct. You have a lot of that stuff, so it's one moment. Yes, it's called the Hanu species.
Hand new.
Hanu.
And something that I'm gonna try. Maybe
Hanu.
like this. If I type
Starts with an H.
H, something like that.
Yes, Hanu.
Okay.
However you want to spell it. Does not matter. But it's Hanu species. Interesting enough, there are. Yes, it's part of the Draconian star system. One moment. Yeah, many insectoids on their worlds. One moment. Yes, this is an advanced species, 5th, 6th density level, but they can get out of hand at sometimes where they abuse portals. Some of them. I believe in your incarnation, you got kind of carried away with some of your power. Not to say you're being malevolent, but some of it got kind of. You can steer the energy of our world and cause trouble with it.
Okay.
And your connection with them, it's just that you were too powerful. You're abusing your power slightly. Not to say you hurt anybody, but it did disturb others' lives.
Yeah. Okay.
You're testing your abilities.
Like,
also, mind control you had very well connection with.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally put thoughts in someone's mind.
Ouch.
Yes, and control them. Just the Draconians are very good at this. In this race, you're just you're. What this race can do is they're very similar to the Draconians, where they go to a world and mind control it as they're doing here. And you went to many Palladian worlds and did this, but not in the sense of being malevolent. You feel like you're teaching them a better way of life.
Mm-hmm.
You were never going there to be malicious. I do not see that, but like I said, your power was abused. But many graves do this often. But it was you were only doing it to improve society, but end up being because you're interfering with their free will, and it did cause some karma there.
Okay. I asked many questions and received many answers, which show me almost all the time my positive side.
Yes.
And probably I did the opposite too? If
Yes.
something, the opposite will be more conscious to understand my background and who I am later in this life, or it's something I don't need to know in this life. I will skip this part of me.
If you wish to connect to it, you do not have to.
Okay.
It will help you clear out this so you can go on more connected with spirit. That's up to you.
Okay.
That's all up to you. You can do whatever you want.
Okay. Can you and in the few information I received, which seem I be the gate guardian about in Yemen, I think is a portal there.
In Yemen, yes.
Yeah.
There's
Can you
several. Yes.
can we receive more information about
Many,
this?
many are underwater. Yes, many have been tampered with. Many are underwater. Stargates. Many wars there. The poor is there. The reptilians are there. The draconians. Some Lyrans there are bringing much oppression there also because they are obsessed with controlling humanity
Okay.
and power over other species. They don't want other species coming into this world.
Okay. A gate or a portal is something we can see, or it's just something you can feel, like
Yes.
their energy,
You'll feel the energy of it, yes.
but you cannot see it. But if necessary, your higher vibration, maybe you can see it.
Some gates you can see.
Okay, it's something I will perceive or access in this life, or
Yes, I believe so. Much of your Yemen areas, it is hostile for a reason.
okay,
To keep people from... If they're going to be there, they're not going to make it easy for them.
does have some kind of gate or portal in the area where I live?
Where you live, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, there's... But it's well protected. It's not of negativity, such as the other ones. The other ones are not of negativity either, but they have much negativity around them. The one that's around you feels very Pleiadian.
Thank you. Okay. I think probably more information about Saturn, my Saturn life will probably come. Do I have any form of information about Saturn life?
You also have Uranus lifetimes, also humanoid. Both of them humanoid. Both of them were very testing lifetimes, similar to this world as for civilization, but more open, more caring to each other. Saturn was a little bit more hostile to each other. They felt like they had certain way. Their way was the only way, and it was very difficult to be in that environment because many had certain ways of doing things. Many females and males are from that world also that are here. They felt like what they were doing was correct. Not all species were like that, but they're very headstrong there. The one from Uranus, there's many humanoids there, but many insectoids. They're more connected. The Uranus beings are more shaman-like, more connected to spirit, more easy to get along with, for the most part. Some are still there. Most have left.
Okay. For the next 6 months, what's the probable change will come in my life? Maybe spiritual or physical?
One moment. Well, your guides say you have to wait and see.
Okay.
They say they can't give anything out at this time.
Okay. Does my probably channeling ability will be active as probable? Yeah.
6 months, yes.
And healing too?
I did not hear that part.
Okay, not this moment.
You can say that again? I did not hear it.
Healing. Healing
Healing?
capacity? Yeah. Healing?
Oh, healing? Yes. Oh, yes. Give it time. Yes.
Okay.
6 months. Yes.
Probable. Okay. More conscience and more consciously able to use it and
Yes.
Okay.
Takes a while to get used to.
Okay. In the best information I receive, I had few lifetime with Prime Creator as friend, and I
Yes.
probably have challenged him for something.
Yes, you were like another god that connected with him and challenged him many times. You felt like his creations were very primitive. And you feel like he can do better. This one has a lot of negativity around him. But much our warning from that. He is a young soul. You are all gods, however you want to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
But you did challenge him on many things. I see you making puzzles around him, and you cannot always figure them out. Your world's a little bit more complicated than his was, but not so challenging, though. They're challenging, but not in the way of, like, this world has starvation. It was nothing like that.
Okay.
So.
Interesting.
Yes.
And okay, this question is done. Do you still have message for me around? General message or something need to know?
One moment. They just say keep your energy clear. There is negativity in some of these communities. To clear energy, clear out the negativity around, surround yourself with light, bring more angels around you to clear out, because some do have ego that is in the communities, and they like to target certain individuals. They're not aware of it. They do.
I'm being targeted from someone?
Not that I see of, but there's this negativity that sometimes likes to latch on to certain people.
Maybe because I'm not YouTube active.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to be short on this question. What happened with GC, the guy which channel a little bit?
Yes, he's connected to higher beings that he does not understand. Some of them are draconian that are manipulating his energies, but he's unaware of it. He wants you to have more power. And to do that, he's connecting more to the draconian energies. Yes. He wants to have more power like many do.
Okay.
He's going about it wrong. He wants a quick fix. He wants it to happen fast. And that is his lesson, though. He might have to have another incarnation to realize what direction he has gone, which is wrong. I do not see him learning in this incarnation, not at this time.
Okay, well, at this time, you see him stay in this pattern in some way?
At this time, yes, it might get worse, actually. He might come out of it, but it's hard because the ego is so ingrained within him, it's unlikely for him to let go of it.
Can you, as anyway, I will post this video for public. Does anything you suggest to the people which will listen this video to help him to understand what he did and help him to release?
Unlikely. We don't see it helping him at all. Something he has to do personally, it's unlikely. If he hears this publicly, it most likely make him upset and help.
Okay. Okay. And does any guide of my guide? Maybe that I don't have. Maybe I think I have Calvin the dragon,
Yes.
and Marcel, my angel protector, is the new guide I just knew. Does they have wish message with me or?
Just to stay positive. That is all.
Okay.
I believe I have to go.
Yeah. Did you give just a last message for general people, or it's okay?
Only to be good to each other, and don't be so opinionated of others either. To love each other, to accept each other for who you are. The more acceptance you have for each other, for your decisions, the better world you will have, more peaceful world you have. The more judgment you have on each other, the less likely you will come together. That's the message.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
Jax.
Yes,
Nice.
anytime.
I hope you have fun to make your. Is it your first time you make channeling with human?
Yes, yes.
Did you like your experience?
Yes, it was fine. I must be going though.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
being told to leave.
No
So,
problem. Take
That's
care.
fine.
Ciao.